Right guys, Mark Crossfield here, got Stephen Buzza. Thanks for joining us, Stephen.
No problem.
R15 430 in my hand. What do you have in your hand there, Stephen?
I have a bit of Flex in my hand.
A bit of Nike Vapor Flex.
There we go.
Lovely. What colour's that?
Oh, Volt.
Of course. So we're going to go R15 430 up against the Nike Vapor Flex. People who've watched my Flex video didn't get the numbers I particularly wanted out of this club. So we're going to compare some numbers with the two using the stronger muscles of a Stephen Buzza, the muscular physique of a Buzzman, against my spindly self, to see what kind of distances, changes we're going to get with these two clubs. Let's get stuck in. Right, Stephen, vapor yourself up.
Vapor.
Looks, feels, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I really like the look of it.
Yeah.
And I like the Volt on it.
You like the Volt? I love Volt. You ever been to Volts down on the quay?
I had. Well, it's not there anymore.
Oh, is it not? You could take that in.
Well,
Free pass.
Well, I can't. It's not there anymore.
So you like the smaller head on that?
Yeah, it's a traditional...
I think I might be wrong, and people correct me, but I think this is 460 I've read.
Yeah?
It's just, it's squished and it's taller. Yeah. Hit it. Nike swoosh does look fancy. So sound, feel, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I like the feel. It's certainly a deader sound.
Yeah.
Kind of what you sometimes associate with sort of your carbon drivers.
Yeah.
It's that duller sound.
Yeah, and it's interesting because deader sound, duller sound, I would always try not to use those words because they're both kind of negative, but I agree, I would call it a truer sound.
Truer sound.
As in, it's kind of the sound I'd imagine this club would make unless they try and make more noise. Because they can control the acoustics of these clubs, and they do.
No, definitely.
Right, R15, which is looking bigger. See, this is 430, and I said this in the original review. I've got reviews of both of these clubs individually if you want more in-depth. This is more just a quick comparison of numbers of the two. Even though that's 430, it looks like a 460 with the way they've shaped it. And I think that's interesting.
Did they go for the white initially? Doesn't white look a bit bigger?
Well, might possibly.
That this is back doing a few.
Your head looks pretty big in that hat.
Oh, that's not the hat. I like the line as well.
Yeah, what, this TaylorMade and swooshy line?
Yes,
yeah. The white to the black looks stunning.
Yeah, the line, it probably took them 10 minutes to design, but I do.
I mean, I think both of them on looks they're two stunners, Stephen.
They're two stunning.
They're two stunners.
You go home with either.
Go on, in R15, looks and feels. It's a louder sound, isn't it?
Yes. So that's that pingier sound.
Yeah, it's not the loudest, but it feels, I think people will think that feels more solid.
Yeah.
Because of that sound.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit your Volty.
Go on.
I'm going to hit your Flex Volt. I'm going to hit the Flex Volt. I love the look of this. I want this club to give me the best numbers ever because I would happily game it for fashion.
All the comments are going to be, what do you know about fashion?
Oh, they love the red trousers. It's cold in the icebox. I need another layer of trousers. They're waterproof, so I don't strut around in red trousers. You coming out tonight, Steve? Right, so I'm going to give the Flex Volt, Vapor Flex Volt, a hit. It does look great. Sits square. It's got changeable neck. Like I say, there's more in-depth reviews on the channel. It does make that truer sound. I understand it is feeling duller. Doesn't feel like it comes off the face. Slower, it doesn't feel like that, even though I do get lower ball speeds often with this club. Yeah, I get it. It looks great. And all those images of Rory at the minute winning everything, it sells that product. It really does. Right, R15. We're going to show you some real ball data from both of us in a second. White to black looks great, sits nice and square. You get your changeability, which you're going to get always from TaylorMade until they change their selling patterns. That's what they're big on. I can't call it on looks. As Steve says, you would take both home. I like that. Oh God, taking a golf club home would be the beginning of the end, wouldn't it? Right, let's give this one a hit. See, it does. I prefer the sound and feel of this.
I think it's...
I need a little bit of, because I don't put much whack in, I need a little bit of help with the sound. Do you know what I mean? I think this, I understand why the acoustic is where it's at with this, and I like it to make me feel like it's a bigger shot.
It's a personal preference.
Of course it is. And mine changes from day to day, but I like that. This has got more changeability on weight placement. That goes front and back. This stays front and goes left and right, or splits. So they've both got kind of equal movement. I mean, it is all a big competition at the minute, so you can move the weight in the funkiest way is the biggest thing. Should we look at some numbers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see how these bad boys are comparing up. Right, Stephen's numbers first. Now, Stephen, what have you gone and done? So your ball speed is 167 R15, 163. So you are seeing a drop off on those two, and we could equate that to strike. Quite possibly. You can't really do. You'd have so many complex. You'd have to hit so many to get direct comparisons on strike with all the other numbers. But your strikes, as a glance, are relatively even. Ball speed massively higher with R15. 299 carry with 2 over the 300 yards carry. Boom de la boom.
It's pretty big, isn't
that's
it?
massive.
I can see why you've brought me in there.
Yeah, and 282 with the flex. I mean, both launching around 13 degrees, both spinning around 1.7. R15 getting that bit higher, which it does. It launches up and spins less. That's what it's built to do. And for you, and it does for me often, it's there's no buying choice between those two on that set of data.
But what was interesting is that I had the Nike at 8.5, and I had the R15 at 10. So
again, you've got to make sure you're trying the right things with the right loss, which is why fitting's so important.
We didn't fiddle about with the lefts and the rights. But yeah, certainly on that data.
So I'm going to go to mine. Launching both at 15. Ball speeds again higher in R15, but only 2 miles an hour. But spin considerably less in R15, which is what I see. And R15 does what it always does for me. When it spins at 1.8, I get them into the 270 carries. 2 at 271, which is big for me, averaging 268, which is back near where I carry most clubs. The flex down at 256. For both of us there, R15, I'm not trying to sell any of these guys, I don't care which one you buy. I would buy that on looks as much as anything else, but on that data, as I keep getting with flex compared to others, it's not doing it for me.
No, I'm like I said.
And you wanted that one because it matches the trainers and everything, doesn't it?
Look at that. And I would still like to have a play around with this one. Really try every setting and really try and see what can be done, because they do need to be set up very differently. But that one, I've hit a couple of big ones, and I would be happy.
I'll buy that one.
I can talk about dispersion stuff, but I like it when it goes wrong.
Well, dispersion is you. I never get the dispersion one. Dispersion is going to be much more you than anything else, isn't it? Good stuff. Interesting. Post comments down below. Both great drivers. Definitely for me, I'm getting better numbers when I compare these clubs. Definitely Nike, the Vapor Flex is not the best performing for me. But again, like I've said in other videos, it's a tiny amount. I could game this. I don't think it would change my scores in any way. I just feel happier pushing that distance as far as I can with a bit of equipment, but I understand.
Especially when you're that far behind me.
Exactly.
You need to push it.
But you know I'll roll out past you and that'll just hurt you inside. Good stuff. Sneaky long. Thanks for watching. Post comments down below. Thank you, Stephen, for your time again. And we'll speak to you all soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.